I just recently became a star seller on Etsy, and I'm going to tell you the advantages and the benefits of becoming a star seller on Etsy. And I'm also going to be letting you know what you have to do in order for you to become a star seller. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay. Now, the very first thing you need to know is that Etsy Star Seller Program is a way for the platform to recognize and reward sellers who consistently provide excellent service on the platform. As you know, there are a lot of sellers on Etsy, and it might become confusing for buyers to know who offers the best service on the platform, whose product or whose item will be the best for them to choose. So that is why Etsy introduced the Star Seller program, such as to reward those who provide excellent customer service. Now, the keynote or the keyword you need to take note of is excellent customer service. Now, in order for you to achieve the Star Seller badge, you have to be able to, you know, build trust for your customers, and that way of building trust means you have to provide excellent customer service. And that way Etsy gives you this star seller badge. It's kind of like a ribbon, a purple ribbon that makes your store stand out among other stores in search results. To become a star seller, you must meet specific criteria over a 3-month period. Okay, so that's the catch. It must be over a 3-month period. So if your store is less than 3 months old, then you are less likely to become a star seller. You are less likely to, get that badge, and that is essentially the time period. Now, Etsy evaluates your shop on the first day of every month in order for them to determine whether you are eligible to become a star seller. So they evaluate your store. Okay, now the first criteria in which Etsy ticks, or in which they use to note whether you are eligible, is number one, excellent customer service. Excellent customer service, that's the first criteria by which Etsy uses to determine whether you are fit to become a star seller on their platform. Now, you must reply to at least 95% of initial messages from buyers within 24 hours mandatorily. You must ensure that every message you get from new customers or potential customers, that as initial messages, are being responded within a 24-hour window. Now, this only applies to first messages in a thread, not for ongoing conversations. Okay, now a good strategy is to use what we call the sell on Etsy app on your phone. Now, this is going to help you get quick time and instant notification when you get messages from Etsy. Okay, you can quickly respond to them even when you are not with your computer, when you are away from your computer, when you are outside hiking or just enjoying your day. You can just get notification and immediately respond to them. Okay, you can also set what we call auto replies to ensure that you meet up that 24-hour window mark. Okay, auto replies on Etsy are automated response that Etsy allows you to send to customers when you immediately get new messages. Now, that's the first criteria: excellent customer service, and that entails responding to initial messages, 95% of initial messages within the first 24 hours. Now, the second criteria is what we call stellar reviews. You must get excellent reviews from your customers. Okay, now you need to maintain an average review rating of 4.8 or higher over this 3-month period where Etsy are going to be reviewing your store. Okay, this is calculated from all your reviews, not just the 5-star ones. So to achieve this, focus on getting high quality products. Ensure you're giving out quality products to your customers. That way they'll be excited whenever they receive their products, and they are going to, give you reviews. Okay, so ensure that you have accurate descriptions to provide detailed and honest product descriptions with clear and high quality photos. This prevents customers from being disappointed and leaving negative reviews. Another thing is you need to have proactive communication. Keep customers updated on their order status, especially this period where there's a lot going on with the minimum exemption and Trump and tariff and all of that. You have to keep in touch with your customers. Okay, also ensure that you are handling every complaint gracefully, address any issues or complaints respectfully, and offer solutions to keep your customers satisfied at all time. Okay, so that's how you get excellent reviews. Now, the third criteria for you to become a star seller on Etsy is what we call on time shipping. Very, very important. Okay, very, very important. Now, shipping and tracking, you have to ensure that at least 95% of your orders must be shipped on time with valid tracking, which is very, very important. On time shipping is determined by the processing times you set for each listing, so it's kind of dependent on you. You set your processing time and Etsy are going to judge you based on that criteria. So my advice for you is that you set a what realistic processing time that gives you a comfortable window to prepare and ship the items, taking into account expected unexpected delays. So ensure that whatever processing time you're putting in is reliable, is something you can deliver on. Very, very important. It should be something you can deliver on. Now, the last criteria in which Etsy use to determine whether you should be given a star seller badge is what we call what sales and order minimums. Okay, there has to be a minimum sales for you to be considered. Now, you need to have at least 5 orders. You need to have at least 5 orders during the 3 month period, and the minimum sales you have to have at least three. You need to have sold at least an order a minimum of $300 in what revenue. Okay, in order for you to be considered for this star seller badge on Etsy. Once you meet all these criteria, boom, you're gonna be given the star seller badge. Now, take notes. If you're someone who sells digital products, then the on-time shipping and tracking requirements does not apply to you. So what that means is there's no penalty for you, because I mean you're selling digital items and it's going to be instant. Okay, so while being a star seller can increase your customer trust and visibility, not having the badge doesn't necessarily mean you penalize, so you're not going to gain sales. No. However, consistently failing to meet these standards can impact your shop standing over time. Okay, so you want to keep ensuring that you keep meeting these standards, and that way you're going to keep retaining your star seller badge. Consistency is key. Take note. And one thing you should also know is that the star seller status is being evaluated monthly, so you must consistently meet the criteria if you must keep the star seller badge as an Etsy seller. If you like this video, let me know in the comment section below. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, guys, and I'm gonna keep making more videos like this. Peace and God bless.